Welcome to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball on WMIX and WMIXSports.com, where you can listen from any device. Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports is powered by the official voice of Lady Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Lady Rams Softball is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And People's National Bank.
Play ball.
It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Zerwinski for Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from the Ford Square WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. The Landers Collision Center's pregame show starts now.
And welcome to the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. I'm Chad Baker, sitting in for Chris Hugo this afternoon, and Danny Zerwinski. And we're calling the game today from Triad High School. And it is the host team, the Triad Knights, taking on the Mount Vernon Lady Rams this afternoon. Big or small, Landers Collision Center fixes and now details them all. Premium detailing is now available at Landers Collision Centers. Call anytime you need at 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. The Lady Rams will be the home team in this first game this afternoon. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups, courtesy of Page Insurance. Jasmine Hawkins leads off for the Lady Rams, playing in right field. Hannah Wright is your pitcher, batting second. Rachel Wright is batting third. I actually had a lineup change here. Last-minute lineup change. Hannah Wright is actually your first baseman. Rachel Wright is your catcher, batting third. Hannah Carbonaro is your DP, batting fourth. Mallory Garner, the birthday girl today, she is batting fifth and playing third base. Casey Little gets the bump up in the lineup here at the shortstop, batting sixth. Rachel Kirsch is your left fielder, batting seventh. Micaiah Rush is playing short, batting eighth. Is your center fielder, batting eighth. And Alexa Stewart is batting ninth and playing second base. Your flex is your pitcher, Bria Meyer. For the visiting Triad Knights, their Page Insurance lineup looks like this. It's Abby Burrows leading off, playing short. Jim Bailey, the third baseman. Avery Myers in right. Beth Mersinger, the left fielder. Jordan Alford, the pitcher. Brittany Frank, the first baseman. Michaela Feldman is in center. Abigail Schrader is the catcher. And Allie Cruz is playing second. We'll take a 30-second timeout. I'll be back for the first pitch here in Troy. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on AM 940 WMIX.
Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One Account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Find us on Facebook. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports.
And welcome back to Lady Rams Softball here on WMIX. And we're underway here. The leadoff batter, Abby Burrows, is on it. She's already stolen a base. First pitch to Jen Bailey is a ball. Quickly getting underway here today. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. There's the second pitch. It's fouled out of play for strike one to Jen Bailey. Evens up the count. The official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, brought to you by Community First Bank today. And it is a 2-1 count to Jen Bailey at the plate. Bria Meyer on the mound today. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Excuse me, 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is Avery Myers. That is ball 4. And 2 on with nobody out for Avery Myers. We had an abbreviated Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll get the mentions in before it's said and done. Landers Collision Centers can fix that small fender bender or major collision on any size vehicle. They can now detail it too. Big or small, Landers fixes and details them all. 1-888 Landers. First pitch to Myers is into dirt. And Myers pitching to Myers. Bria to Avery, different spelling. The 1-0 pitch. He shows bunt. Toss down to second. And safe. She knocks it away, and that'll score a run as the double steal works to Triad's advantage, and it's 1-0 Triad. Turned out to be a pretty nice, sunny, warm day over here in Troy. Quite a few raindrops on the way over. This one's low for ball 2. 2-1 count. That one's fouled away, evens the count at 2. Some folks felt this one was going to get rained out. Actually, the ground's very dry here, so I think they've missed a lot of the rain that's come through the area. 2-2 pitch, low for ball 3. Full count with Beth Persinger on deck. The 3-2 pitch from Bria Meyer is fouled away, out of play. We'll try it again. Nobody out. 1 run already in, a runner on second. Here's the pitch. This one's put into play over to third. Toss over to first, and that's the first out. Sacrifice by Avery Myers will send Bailey over to third. It is 5-3 on the put out. That's Garner over to Anna Wright. I'll bring up their cleanup hitter, Beth Mersinger. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Grand Lake can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu. Video streaming returns in August for Mount Vernon Rams football. That one's in there for a ball. Evens the count at 1. Here's the pitch. That one is put into play, down to first, tagged out. As Wright, instead of stepping on the bag, decided to go ahead and come in and tag. And not only that, but keeps the runner at bay at third. So 3 on the put out, and that's 2 away for Jordan Alford, the opposing pitcher. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0, that's fouled away. Both teams working very quickly here. Actually, the Lady Rams are anyway. Well, they want to get out of the inning, get up to the plate here. The 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled away for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Low for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. Here it is. That is low for ball 3. Second batter in a row. Excuse me. No, that's second batter of the inning. That's went full count. On deck is Brittany Frank. Here's the 3-2, and she walks her. 2 out base on balls. We'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Brittany Frank, the first baseman. And timeout on the field. And we have a courtesy runner over at first in the form of Hannah Johnson. Troy Triad Knights 18-5 against your Lady Rams 10-14 here in opening game of the Triad tournament. We'll get you set up with the games here in a few minutes. Steal down to second, double steal executed, and once again, nobody gets out on double steal. It's a run scored by Bailey. And another stolen base. She's got 2 in the game, and she scored the second run. It's 2-0 Triad. Here's the pitch. That's low and to the fence, in the dirt, as it bounces up into the fence. Down to third goes Jordan Alford. And it's a 1-1 count to Frank. Here's the pitch, and that one's popped up to second, and getting under it is Alexis Stewart. We're out of the top of the first, 2-0. Triad leads. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back for the Lady Rams at bat in a moment. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Broadcasting live from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball.
Hawkins, Anna Wright, and Rachel Wright up, the first three up against Jordan Alford here in the bottom of the first inning, and now pitch to Jasmine Hawkins, high for ball one. Up the bottom of the first there for Bria Myers, and hopefully that she'll be able to settle down here the rest of this game. That one is high for ball two. So this Lady Rams offense has been turned on a little bit as of late. Been hitting a lot better here in the middle part of the season. That one's in their first strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Jasmine Hawkins. Here's the pitch. That one's put into play over to short, and eats the shortstop up as Burroughs has trouble getting it. That'll bring up Anna Wright as Hawkins is on due to the error. Baseball and softball are upon us. Check out Winning Edge for your team's uniforms and fan apparel. Winning Edge, downtown Mount Vernon, 212 South 9th Street, and on the web at winningedgeusa.com. As this one's popped up, Burroughs under it for 1 away. Fly out to 6. 1 away for Rachel Wright. Here's the pitch. High for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. This one's lifted into the outfield. Under it is their center fielder, as Michaela Feldman, and quickly 2 away. Anna Carbonaro, the DP, is at bat. Mount Vernon wins. They'll play at 5 against Murfreesboro. If they lose, they'll resume tomorrow morning against the loser of the game is playing now between Columbia and Althoff. They'll play the winner will play Civic Memorial. The loser of that game will play in the morning against Mount Vernon. So a lot's got to happen here in the next 12 to 18 hours. 0-1 the count to Carbonaro at the plate. Here's the pitch. She swings through strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. It's low and away for ball 1. Ellery Garner on deck, enjoying her birthday today. Hopefully she can get her and her team a victory here. The 1-2 swung through for strike 3, and they're down in the inning. We head to the top of the second. 2-0 Triad. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Rams baseball and Lady Rams softball seasons are winding down. But what about your corporate season? It's time to make the call to the bullpen for Winning Edge's high-quality screen print and embroidering apparel to equip your employee team in style. From uniforms to polos to T-shirts to awards, ad products, and more, Winning Edge can customize to meet your needs out in the field of the business world. Find Winning Edge in downtown Mount Vernon at 212 South 9th Street, or see their work online at winningedgeusa.com, or find even more on Facebook.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Broadcasting live from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Driven by Ford Square, this is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball.
2-0 Triad leads. Lady Rams Softball brought to you by your friends at Community First Bank. Voice of the Rams is one away as it was Kayla Feldman bouncing out to third, and that's 5-3 on the putout. That brings up Abigail Schrader. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1. Here's the pitch. This one's lined to third base. Garner's got it. Quickly, there's 2 away. Allie Cruzy coming up to the plate. They're her second baseman. Hey, Landers Collision Centers can fix that small fender bender or major collision on any size vehicle. Now they can detail it too. Big or small, Landers fixes and details them all. 1-888 Landers. First pitch to Allie Cruzy's in there for a strike. Here's the pitch. Out of the way. We want to thank our friends over at Page Insurance also for helping us out with those batting orders in our pregame today. Here's the pitch, the 0-2 in there for strike 3 looking. We head to the bottom second. Lady Rams Softball driven by Community First Bank. Be back in a moment, down 2-0 to Triad. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
For 16 years, I wrote about the area's great teams. Now I'm part of a great team, the sales team, Schmidt Ford of Salem. Hi, folks, it's Mike McManus, and I'm proud to be part of the Schmidt Ford family. Whether it be a new or pre-owned vehicle, let me or any other of our professional sales consultants help you find your next car or truck. You'll be glad you did. So stop by Schmidt Ford of Salem or visit us online at schmidtfordofsalem.com.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Lady Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to Lady Rams Softball. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Triad leads, and this is Mallory Gardner, the birthday girl, coming to the plate. I think we'll stop mentioning that. I don't know. She's starting to get embarrassed out there. 1-0 the count to Mallory. hopefully that birthday luck will get her a big day here as she stares at ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes from pitcher Jordan Alford, who's working pretty quick. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 pitch coming up. Here it is. That one's flat back up the middle and knocked down by the second baseman. It stays in the infield, but Mallory's in there with a base hit to lead off the second inning. That'll bring up Casey Little. Red Lake College offers over 100-degree and certificate options for thousands less. See which one's right for you with full descriptions at rlc.edu. Apply online while you're there. Streaming returns in August for Mount Vernon Rams football. First pitch by Little, driven to the outfield. Under it is their center fielder, Michaela Feldman. That's one away. That'll bring up Rachel Kirsch. With one away and one on. Here's the pitch. Bunt popped up, and catcher's got it. That's 2 away. And that'll bring up Micaiah Rush. The 8th batter in this lineup. Here's the pitch. Just misses high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. The 1-1 pitch bunted perfectly down over first. Micaiah Rush beats it out. So an infield single for Micaiah. That shoves Mallory Garner down to second. So 2 on, 2 out for Alexis Stewart. Big windup from Alford. It's in there for a strike. 0-3-4. Here's the pitch. Swung through for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That's high. Riser outside and up for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung through for strike 3. We head to the top of the third. It is 2-0 Triad. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball. Courtesy of your friends at Community First Bank here on WMIX.
Raise your hand if you're tired of showing up for a service appointment only to sit around a waiting room. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center. Our express lane fast oil changes and more provide quick, convenient service with no appointment needed. Our specialists are on hand to wait on you with lanes dedicated just for your oil changes, tire rotation, brake inspections, batteries, bulbs, wiper blades, air filter replacements, and more. We will also perform complimentary vehicle inspection with every oil change. We work around your schedule, open weekdays from 7:30 until 5 and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon. See Express Lane Fast Oil Changes and more for all of your service needs, and we will get you back on the road quick. We're located at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Just another reason you can count on us.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXSports.com. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to Ladies Rams Softball. Courtesy of your friends over at Community First Bank. First one is popped up by leadoff batter Abby Burrows, and center fielder Kaya Rush gets under it for first out. Now up Jen Bailey, who walked and scored a run, had 2 stolen bases in the first inning. Rhea Meyer has a riser. It goes way too high for ball 1. Here's the pitch low for ball 2. Nothing. Triad leads your Lady Rams. Rhea Meyer's pitch is just outside for ball 3. Avery Myers on deck. Ball 4. Walks are on 4 pitches. That's Avery Myers coming up now. Here's the pitch in there for strike 1 looking.
Come on, Avery. Keep going up.
Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon has a vehicle to meet your needs and your budget. The reason Second Chance's Auto has been around for 34 years. See for yourself. Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon. It's in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 pitch. That one is put into play, and it's short over to second for 1. And they get the force out. So fielder's choice for Myers. Force out on Bailey at second. It's 6-4 on the force out. 2 away will bring up Beth Mersinger. This one's popped up, and it's short. Shortstop is under it, and nice grab there by Casey Little. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Triad. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Lady Rams Softball, brought to you by Community First Bank. Coming back at you right here on WMIX.
Women's health care just got closer to home, right here in Salem. St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care and OBGYNs Dr. Deborah Carson, Dr. Doug Combs, Dr. Jamie Plett, Dr. Elizabeth Bayer-Nolan, and Dr. Michael Schifano are seeing patients every Tuesday at the Salem Family Health Center. That means you'll have a full range of OBGYN services close to home, including prenatal and wellness checks, incontinence treatment, and family planning options for when your family's complete. Plus, access to state-of-the-art Da Vinci robotic surgery for quicker recovery and less pain after hysterectomy. Ladies, your health is important, so why not get OBGYN care right here close to home by St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care. Call 1-877-456-2496 to make your appointment. That's 1-877-456-2496.
Back to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Back to the top of the order for the Lady Rams here, 1, 2, and 3 here. That's Hawkins from Hannah Wright, Rachel Wright. Versus Triad. Lady Rams Softball brought to you by Community First Bank on the official voice of the Rams, WMIX, and that is strike 2 to Hawkins. Jordan Alford has good command out there of her pitches, and she's demonstrated that here in the early going. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, just misses for ball 1. Jasmine reached on an error in the first inning, and stranded on base. Swings through for strike 3, 1 away. That'll bring up Hannah Wright. First pitch to Hannah is in there for strike 1. One pitch, swung through for strike 2. Hannah flew out in the first inning to short. 2-1-0 for Triad. 0-2 and 1 for Mount Vernon. Excuse me. 2-1 and 1 for Triad. 0-2 and 0 for Mount Vernon. Anna Wright grounds out the second. That's 2 away for Rachel Wright. First pitch to Rachel is she holds up for ball 1. Baseball and softball season is here, but what about your corporate season? Make the call to the Bulletin for Winning Edge's high-quality embroidered apparel to equip your employee team in style. Winning Edge, downtown Mount Vernon. She stares at ball 2. The 2-0 pitch from Alford. Here it is. High for ball 3. Anna Carbonaro on deck. Here's the 3-0. In there for a called strike. 3-1 pitch coming up. 200 to center field, to left, and to right here at Triad. That one's inside for ball 4. 2-out walk will bring out Carbonaro. Take a quick look at your Tony Wilt scoreboard update. Tony Wilt is glad to help your family with all your insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. Trico and DeCoyne still on this afternoon for baseball, as is Marion and Harrisburg. The Sam Noble baseball canceled. Harrisburg versus Pinckney Mills canceled. Woodlawn versus Pinckney Mills canceled in softball. And National and Goreville will have to find another day. Is tossed down to second and out on the steal. Caught stealing is Sydney Morgan, who is courtesy running. And we head to the top of the 4th. And it is 2-0 Knights. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball, brought to you by your friends at Community First Bank on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon offers a state-of-the-art collision center. When your vehicle needs repair, come see us. Our collision center offers expert repair using top-quality products at competitive prices on any brand of vehicle. We work directly with most major insurance companies to make your visit as easy as possible. You'll get fast turnaround guaranteed. Customer satisfaction is our #1 goal.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Alford, Frank, and Feldman. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the Knights batting lineup. Space Bria Meyer here in the top of the 4th. 2-0 Triad. First pitch to Alford is a ball. Here's the pitch. It is low for ball 2. 2-0 count to the opposing pitcher, Jordan Alford, who reached on base on balls and was left on in the 3rd. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1 pitch, back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. I'll bring up Brittany Frank, who flew out in the 1st inning. Hey, Red Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply at rlc.edu. Video streaming returns in August. And then we bring back Mount Vernon Rams football. Frank stands in, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch, and that one's popped up to second. Stewart's under it for the out. 1 away. Moving quickly this afternoon. Michaela Feldman in now. She grounded to 3rd in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. That was fouled away for strike 1. Always bank on your hometown team. Community First Bank, home of the One account, featuring free checking and high-yield interest, member FDIC. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball one. Be sure to check out WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler. For service without an appointment, it's Express Lane Fast Oil Changes and more, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find us on Facebook, on Twitter, and WMIXsports.com. That one's in there for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and that one's fouled away. It is 2-2 the count to Michaela Feldman with Abby Schrader on deck. Abigail Schrader, excuse me. I should call them as they have them on the score sheet there, just in case someone's listening. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled over into the Mount Vernon dugout. Watch out, folks. Sunny afternoon here at the Triad Varsity Softball Diamond. I asked them what the name of the field was. That's what they said. Here's the 2-2. Getting out in front of it and pulling it foul. It'll be the seventh pitch of the at-bat. Two-two pitch. Here it is. On the inside for ball 3. Count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch, and it bounces in the dirt for ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out for Abigail Schrader, who flew out in the second inning. Here's the pitch, in there for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. That one lifted over to short. Toss over to first, and maybe a little bit of a lapse there as all she needed to do was step on second there. She had an easy shot at double play, but I think Little wanted to get the runner that was farther off base, and then as a result, runner got back in time. So, fly out to 6, and that's 2 away for Allie Cruzy, who stares at ball 1. Maria Myers' second pitch is then down low and in, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. That one is placed and trapped at short. No play by Little. She saved it from going out, Bill, and saves possibly a run there. So bases are juiced, full of Knights for Taylor Derby. Excuse me, for top of the order in Abby Burrows, who's had a single and a run scored and flew out in the third. And first pitch is a strike, a toss down to first. She ain't going anywhere.
Go Ab.
The 0-1 pitch. That one bounces. Bounced in the dirt and then hit the batter, and they're going to count that as a hit batter. So hit by pitch. They'll score a run. It's 3-0. Always unusual to see that happen. Thought I had to hit him in the air. This one over to short, toss to second, and force out. And we're out of the inning, but not before another run scores. We'll be back in 60 seconds. 3-0 Triad leads. Lady Rams Softball presented by the official voice of high school sports on WMIX, Community First Bank.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Hi, I saw your ad for a checking account that earns interest on my money.
Oh, yes, that's our plutonium account, and it requires $50,000 to open.
What? How am I supposed to grow my money when I can't even afford to open the account?
Introducing Kasasa, free checking, where even the smallest balance earns high yields, plus refunds on ATM fees nationwide. Try Kasasa.com. Kasasa.
Kasasa is carried locally at People's National Bank or online at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
This is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. I want to thank Mount Vernon and the surrounding area for continuing to support us over the past 5 years. If you have never sat down with someone to go over your insurance program, let me invite you into our office. Let us show you what working with the industry leader, represented by a local agent, can do for you. I'm located just off 42nd Street. You can reach our office 24 hours a day at 242-1421 or on the web at tonywilt.com. Thanks again, and go Rams.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball.
Carbonaro, Garner, and Little, 4, 5, and 6 in the Lady Rams lineup against Alford, and all 1 to Carbonaro, and that's when she fouled off. She was up in the third inning whenever it was Rachel Wright that was caught stealing. And we had to head to the bottom of the fourth. Be careful of that. 1-1 pitch. High for ball 2. Here's the 2-1. In there for a strike. Mallory Garner, who already has a single, is left on and due up next. Low for ball 3. Full count. The 3-2 pitch. Here it is. That one's fouled away out of play. The 3-2. Here it is. That one's put into play over at second. Dive gets it over to first, and she is safe. Beats out the throw. The Carbonaro is on with a leadoff single, bringing up Mallory Garner. Hey, Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon has a vehicle to meet your needs and your budget. There's a reason Second Chance Auto has been around for 34 years. They offer the largest selection in one location, no fancy sales gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals. Garner lifts it up. Left field and drops. Toss to second for a force out, so it'll be a reach on an error and a force out. One away for Casey Little. Honest deals on great vehicles with bank rate financing available for all. There's a reason they've been there for 34 years. See for yourself a Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon. This one's fouled out of play by Casey Little, who flew out in the second inning. 3-0 Triad. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's fouled back into the fence for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch from Alford. Here it is. Outside corner, just misses for ball 1. Rachel Kirsch up next. Micaiah Rush is in the hole. 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2. Here is the 2-2. Low again for ball 3. The last 3 pitches have all been ankle ticklers. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4. Lady Rams have a mini rally going here with 1 away, 2 on for Rachel Kirsch, who flew out in the second. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike to Rachel Kirsch. Your community, your choice, your bank, with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank, keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. Here is the 0-1. In there for a strike, looking 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch. There it is, and it's in the dirt. Good 3-4 feet in front of the batter's box. Ball 1. A 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Also in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Evens the count.
1 strike. 1 strike.
2-2. That one swung through for strike 3. 2 away for Micaiah Rush, who had a single in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swung through for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, fouled away for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch to Rush. Here it is. That one's put into right or left center field. Rounding third and coming home is Garner. Oh, the Lady Rams are on the board. Rush with an RBI single is 2 away. And it is now 3-1. We dust off the plate here, and looks like we will have a pinch hitter. This will be Lauren Wilson coming to the plate. The bat. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by King City Chrysler. For service without an appointment, it's Express Lane, fast oil changes, and more. 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check us out on Twitter at WMIX Sports, WMIX Sports on Facebook, and WMIXsports.com. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike chest high to Lauren Wilson. 2 runners on, 2 out. 1 run across. 3-1 as this one's popped up. Going to drop on the infield to throw the first. And just beat her by a step. 4-3 on the put out. We head to the top of the 5th. Triad leads 3-1. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball. Brought to you by, on your official voice, high school sports WMIX, by your friends at Community First Bank. Back.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Listen online at WMIXsports.com or crank us up on WMIX Mount Vernon, the legendary Withers Broadcasting Station.
Myers, Mercinger, and Alford 3, 4, or 5 in the Triad lineup against Bria Myers here in the top of the 5th. And first pitch to Avery Myers is ball. It's the second pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. This one is fouled out of play. Strike 1. The 2-1 pitch coming up. Here it is. That one's fouled away. It evens the count at 2. The 2-2. That one's fouled away again. Good crowd here for Friday afternoon softball tournament action here at Triad High School. Lots of teams involved in this tournament. The action, a lot of it tonight. That one is a floater high for ball 1. Not going to get her to chase that one. 1-2. That one goes to the fence. And she walks her. Lead off person's on, and Mercinger up to the plate now, who's grounded out, slow now. This one hits her. I'll move everybody up. 2 runners on with nobody out, and Alford to the plate. Tony Wilt is glad to help your family with all their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Keep around town. Later on, Trico versus DeCoin and Marion versus Harrisburg. If those places are dry enough, I've caught a lot of rain on the way over here. It's dry here. Lots of cancellations throughout the area. And we do know that there's some games going on here as going on somewhere else on Field 1, Columbia versus Althoff here in softball. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch is back to short. Toss over to second for the force. Alford's on with fielder's choice. The runners on the corners with 1 out. For Brittany Frank, who's flown out to second twice. Myers' first pitch is popped up and just past the outstretched arms of second baseman. And that's going to score a run. An RBI single makes it 4-1 Triad as Avery Myers scores. I'll put Alford's courtesy runner at second. And the courtesy runner will come on for Frank. That'll be Cotton. Courtesy runner at second is Hannah Johnson. Abby Knopp at the plate. Pinch hitting. She's going to drive it foul. Strike 1. Check that. That's Michaela Felton. Knopp wears number 20. Michaela Kaufman wears number 21. That one's going to bounce in front of home plate for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Here it is. In there, cuts the outside corner for strike. 1 and 2. Here's the 1-2, fouled away for. We'll try it again. Holman is grounded out to third and stranded in the fourth inning after getting a walk. Here's the 1-2. Inside for ball 2. That looks like it may have cut the inside corner there. She really sold the brush back pitch there. 2-2 with a count. There's the pitch. That one's drilled down the third base line, fair. Play at the plate, possibly. No. Throw is offline as Anna Johnson scores. And it's now 5-1. Triad leads on a RBI single by Michaela Feldman. This is fouled back by Abigail Schrader. Strike one. Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon has a vehicle to meet your needs and your budget. Been around for 34 years. No fancy sales gimmicks. All the large selection in one location. No pressure, just honest deals. See for yourself at Second Chance Auto as Garner steps on third with the ball batted to her. The force out. Cotton at third. Schrader gets on the fielder's choice. Allie Cruzy up now, looks at ball one. Two across here in the fifth, it's 5-1 Triad. This one's lined down third base line, fair. Very opportune, 1 run is in. It's going to go to the corner, 2 run is in. And Taylor Derby has been running for Schrader. She scores from first. Now 7-1. Triad leads. And Lance Bolt's going to make a long trot to the pitching mound. And with that, we'll let you know that the Medicine Shop Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the Rams. Once again, Dr. Eric Black and staff support the local community and wish the Rams the very best this season. Myers is going to come out. See who's coming in. It looks to be Haley Shelf in for the Lady Rams. 2 away here in the 5th inning. Shelf will inherit a runner at second in Allie Cruz. Michaela Feldman scored on that last one, and then the courtesy runner, Taylor Derby, for Abigail Schrader. Shelf gets her warm-up pitches. 83 pitches on the afternoon for Bria Myers. We'll get you a rundown of what she's accountable for here, added up into bottom of the 5th.
Go, Abby.
First pitch to Abby Burrows is a ball. She's a single and a run scored, and an RBI hit by pitch, and flew out. Here's the pitch, and their first strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Abby Burrows.
Come on, Abby, give me another one like that.
8th batter to bat in the inning. That one's fouled away. Almost takes out the third base coach. There's standing there in the way. ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is lined into left field. That'll score another run. Around the score is Allie Cruz. And it's an RBI double for Abby Burrows. That'll make it 8-0, or 8-1, excuse me. 5 runs are plated here in the 5th inning. The 9th batter of the inning is Jen Bailey. That one's in the dirt. We'll go to the fence. Now the 3rd is Burrows. It's the pitch. That one's a bouncer, and that's going to get in the left field. Burrows scores. And that is a single, an RBI single for Bailey. I'll bring up Avery Myers, who started this all off with a base on balls and scored the first run of the inning. So ball 1. 9-1, Triad lead. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up, out of play. 1-1 to count. Here's the pitch from Shelf. That was a lollipop. 2-1 to count. Here's a 2-1 pitch and driven into left field. It drops for a base hit. And at second is Bailey. Avery Myers is on with a single. To the plate is Beth Mersinger. Grounded out, flew out, hit by a pitch, and forced out earlier this inning. This one is Riser, just kind of hangs up there. Almost the pitch out there. Oh, no. There again, that one just floats up, stays up. That's ball 2. Two-0 pitch. That one's lifted and foul. Out of play. The 2-1 pitch. Here it is. That one's lifted into center field. Rush comes up with it, coming home with it, and she's going to be out by a mile. And she got about halfway down third baseline, and the ball beat her to it. So, the big inning for Triad. It's 9-1. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Also, our 10-second identification. Be back in a few moments. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon offers a state-of-the-art collision center. When your vehicle needs repair, come see us. Our collision center offers expert repair using top-quality products at competitive prices on any brand of vehicle. We work directly with most major insurance companies to make your visit as easy as possible. You'll get fast turnaround guaranteed. Customer satisfaction is our #1 goal.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball.
9-1, the Triad lead here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And this will be Jasmine Hawkins. Hawkins, Hannah Wright, Rachel Wright here in the fifth. Here's the pitch. That's popped up. Sky-high fly, and that's going to be into the fence. Strike two. Reached on in there and struck out in this contest with Hawkins. Here's the pitch. Just misses for ball one. The 1-2. Long on way out in front, and here's another strikeout for Jordan Alford. The fifth strikeout of the afternoon for Alford. That'll bring up Hannah Wright. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled away. Strike one. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler. For service without an appointment, it's Express Lane, fast oil changes and more. 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check us out on Twitter at WMIX Sports, on Facebook at WMIX Sports 94, and WMIXsports.com. One misses for ball one. A 1-1 count to Hannah Wright. Flew out and grounded out. That one misses well away the ball two. Two on. That one driven up the middle, base hit. A one-out single by Hannah Wright for Rachel Wright coming up. Tony Wild is glad to help your family with all their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWild.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. And softball, Marion takes on Harrisburg. Trico takes on DeQuoin in baseball. Canceled this afternoon is Sandoval baseball. Harrisburg versus Pinckneyville in baseball. And softball, Woodlawn versus Pinckneyville is canceled. Nashville versus Dorville is canceled. Due to all that rain we got, there's still a chance we may see some more. Strike one to Rachel Wright. Alford with the wind and the pitch. That one's in there for strike two looking. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That one is lifted into left center field. Running and getting it is their left fielder, Mersinger. So that's two away for Hannah Carbonaro, who struck out in the first and got a single and was forced out in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Looks at ball one. That's low for ball two. Let's get you the rundown on Bria Myers. 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 9 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 6 base on balls on 83 pitches. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's a bouncer back to the mound. 1-3 on the foot out. Almost gave it away. We head to the top of the 6th inning here at Triad Varsity Softball Diamond. Lady Rams Softball presented by the official voice of high school sports on WMIX Community First Bank 9-1. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. We have one of the hottest car lines in the industry with the Ford Fiesta, Focus, and Fusion. The Ford brand was the top-selling brand in the United States in 2013, and we at Ford Square are determined to make that happen again in 2014. Ford is number one because the Fusion hugs curves and embraces fuel efficiency. The Focus is your friend at the pump and your love on the road. And the Ford Fiesta is taking fun and efficiency further. We have over 40 of these cars in stock right now waiting for you. We can offer huge cashback savings and want to deal. We will do anything to make 2014 even better and keep Ford number one. Come see our associates at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway, Mount Vernon, Illinois, and we will show you why the best never rest. You can always view our new and pre-owned inventory online at fordsquare.com.
Find us on Facebook. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to Lady Rams Softball. Top of the sixth, new pitcher is Casey Little. And a shelf worked. Let me see here. Make sure I got this right. Haley Shelf, worked third of an inning, 4 hits, and earned a run. I mistakenly charged 9 to Rhea Meyer. She only had 8 earned runs, 1 earned run to Shelf. No strikeouts and no base on balls. 14 pitches. All for Frank and Feldman due up. First pitch is in there to Frank for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, here it is. That one's lifted into shallow left field and right in front of the left fielder is Rachel Kirsch. So, leadoff single for Brittany Frank. They're going to have a courtesy runner and Hannah Johnson. And I'll bring up, Brittany Frank. Balford, that was up 4, and that one's in there for a strike. The 0-1. That one's lifted into left field. And under it for the out is Kirsch. One away, and that'll bring up Michaela Feldman. First pitch is a strike looking. The 0-1 pitch. Sold up. And it's called a ball. With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all your accounts, Community First Bank would be like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. Lovell's pitch is just high for ball 2. Abigail Schrader is due up next for Triad. Leads this contest 9-1. A bunt, and that goes foul. Evens the count on Feldman at 2. Right now, not looking good for a second game on this afternoon for Lady Rams. This one's grounder to third. Garner has trouble and eats her up. So that'll be E5. Reaching on an error for Kayla Feldman. Here's the pitch, and this one's lined in the left field. Now shove everybody up 90 feet. Schrader with the single. Feldman to second. And I'll put Hannah Johnson on third. For Allie Cruzy, who had a strikeout, a single, and a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored in this contest. That one's high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2.
Go, Lady Mike.
The 2-0 pitch. That one check swing. Tossed down, tossed over at first. Out, and spikes up, went in for Hannah Johnson, and she scores her second run of the contest right into the catcher, who is Rachel Wright. So RBI sacrifice for Cruzy. Runners on second and third now. 2 away. Back to the top of the order, Abby Burrows. She's 2 for 3, also has a hit by pitch. Evens the count at 1, that pitch does. So 1-1 in there for a called strike. And attempted steal at the plate, and to no avail. So caught stealing by Michaela Feldman. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 10-1 Triad. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball, presented by the official voice of high school sports on WMIX Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview and Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Lady Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
10-1. Triad leads in the bottom of the 6th. Now Larry Garner, Casey Little, Rachel Kirsch, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Rams. And now Larry Garner not having a good birthday. If it was they were winning. Has a hit. Reshawn Aaron scored a run in this contest. Looks at strike one, and he would count 1-1 against Jordan Alford, who's had the Rams number all afternoon. Here's the pitch. This was driven into center field, and center fielder Feldman under it for the first out. I'll bring up Casey Little. Always bank on your hometown team, Community First Bank, home of the One Account, free checking, and high-yield interest, member FDIC. Tony Wild is glad to help your family with all your insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWild.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. Some games haven't even started yet. We're almost done here. Trico versus DuQuoin in baseball. Softball, Marion versus Harrisburg. Also, across the way here, they got Columbia versus Althoff in an early game. A lot of games canceled due to the weather this afternoon, though. That's a look at your Tony Wild scoreboard update. This one, grounded to third, and out for pinch hitter Jordan Bauer. 5-3 on the put out. Now we'll bring up Bailey Huff, left-handed hitter. Pinch hitting here for Kirsch. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Be sure to tune in and get linked in online to our WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler for service without an appointment. Express lane, fast oil changes, and more. 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. There's a tough bounce away for strike one. Find us on the web at WMIXSports.com, on Twitter at WMIX Sports, and Facebook at WMIX Sports as well. For that full-fledged sports experience. Slow for ball two. Stay tuned. We'll have the Schmidt Chevrolet post-game show coming up at the conclusion of this contest. That one is fouled away. Evens the count at 2 for Bailey Huff. The 2-2 pitch. Here it is. That one's put into play down the second. Toss over to first. We head to the seventh. 10-1. Knights lead. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball, presented by the official voice of high school sports on WMIX, Community First Bank.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Bill, where are we going? We're trying to find my ATM.
We just passed an ATM.
But that's not my ATM. I lose $4 if it's not my ATM.
Make any ATM your ATM. Introducing free Kasasa checking with monthly rewards like cash and ATM fees back in your pocket. Visit trykasasa.com. Kasasa.
Visit People's National Bank or peoplesnationalbank.com for your Kasasa checking. Member FDIC.
On your desktop or mobile device at WMIXsports.com. Your radio home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Burroughs, Bailey, and Myers, 1, 2, and 3 in the ninth lineup. Two up in the seventh with a 10-1 lead as Burroughs fouls it off against Casey Little in her second inning of relief. On the mound, Burroughs a single and run scored in the first, flew out in the third, hit by pitch in the fourth, double in the fifth, and started at bat in the sixth before it caught stealing, and this one's going to be driven to the fence. Burroughs is off to the races. She's in that second with a leadoff double. I'll bring up Jen Bailey. Ren Lake College offers over 100 degrees and certificate programs for thousands less. See which one is right for you with full descriptions at rlc.edu. Apply online while you're there. Of course, they're responsible for video streaming for Mount Vernon Rams football. Turns in August. 1-0 pitch. And the dirt again. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jen Bailey. Avery Myers on deck.
Come on, Bailey.
2-0 pitch. That one's fouled away. Strike one. Tired of big corporate banking? You have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jen Bailey. Here's the pitch. That one's low and away, and then Burroughs is going to move up 90 feet as it goes back to the fence. So runners on first and third with nobody out. And Avery Myers to the plate. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Called strike. 0-1 count. That one's put into play right in front of the catcher. A toss only play is over first. Sacrifice moves Bailey up. Runners on second and third with 1 away from Mercinger. Grounded out, flew out, hit by a pitch, and a single in the fifth. And during the single, they had a runner thrown out at home. After she reached base. Fouls that one off. Evens the count at 1. At 1-1. Swung through for strike 2.
Beth, get your pitch, Beth.
That one's grounder to third, toss over to first, double pump, and she's out. Sacrifice RBI scores a run. It's now 11-1. With a runner on third, 2 away here for Jordan Alford. First pitch by Little, and this is Carrie Starhage up. She swings through strike 1. In there for strike 2, called. The 0-2 count. That one is high for ball 1. At 1-2. That one hits the dirt. 2-2. Count at the plate. That one is low. Runs the count full. Here's the 3-2, fouled away. Get another 3-2 try here. The 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Low for ball 4. The Sarhage is on for with a walk. That'll bring up Brittany Frank. Blown out 3 times and had a single for at bat. The 0-1 in their first strike. The 0-1 pitch swung through for strike 2.
Come on, 3-0. Find the hole.
The 0-2. 2 out, 2 on. Here it is. That one goes to the fence. Running the second is Sarhage. Now runners on second and third. The runner at third stayed. This one is lifted and off the glove of the shortstop. Bailey scores. And at third is Sarhage, and it's now 12-1. Triad leads. There's an RBI single by Frank. And that one's in the outfield, base hit by Feldman. RBI single by Feldman. The runners on first and second now with 2 away. 13-1 Triad lead. Up is Schrader. He's inside for ball 1.
Hi, Abigail.
This is the 8th batter of the inning. That one's low for ball 2. 2-0 count. That one's called strike 1.
Get out, Abigail. Get out.
Schrader is blown out twice, had a single and a fielder's choice. This one is fair. 1 run is in, and that is Frank. Feldman stops at third, and it's an RBI double by Schrader. Now 14-1 Triad, and the round is on. Three have come across here. 4 have come across here. That one's in the dirt for Raven Chris. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 2. Casey Little having trouble getting out of the inning. That's swung on for strike 1.
On 1-5, let's go. Find the hole.
In there for a strike. 2-2 count to Chris. Here's the 2-2. This one's lifted into left field. Under it is Huff, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. 14-1. Triad leads. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball on your official voice of high school sports on WMIX Community First Bank.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. Doctors Kowalski and Smith, the professionals at Orthopedic Center, specialize in back and neck pain. So put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports.
Well, it's, I think it's 14-1. I don't know if the scoreboard operator's keeping good track here or not. I've got 14 here. As the Lady Rams have their last at-bats here, and this is Lauren Heinzman coming to the plate. For the Lady Rams in their last at-bats of this contest. They need a lot. See if they can get something going here. First pitch to Heinzman. Here it is. Low for ball 1. New pitcher is Sarhage. And that's 2 balls, no strikes to Heinzman. Very unique wind-up. Low for ball 3. I guess it's all about the timing and the cadence of delivering on the mound. That's in there for a strike. All 3 balls, 1 strike to Lauren Heinzman. Three-one pitch. Here it is. That one's fouled away for a strike. 2 full count. The 3-2. Out of the way. Try that pitch again. The 3-2. Here we go. That one grounder to third. 5-3 on the foot out. 1 away. That'll bring up, I believe that is Lauren Wilson coming to the plate. That is. Wilson grounded out back in the 4th. They're only at bat in this contest. Here's the pitch. That one's a bouncer. Back to the mound, and to no avail, nobody can come up with it. An infield hit for Warren Wilson.
Go, Lady Knights. Defense. Defense.
Here is the pitch. That one's going to go back to the fence. Wilson's going to get advance on the pass ball. There's a Slable coming up.
2-3 strike.
Excuse me, Scoble. Colleen Scoble swings through. A 1-1 count to Scoble. Here's the pitch. Oh, for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Here it is. It's low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Colleen Scoble. 3-1 pitch. Grounder to third. Quick toss over to first. They get the trailing runner, but over to third goes Warren Wilson. And it's 5-3 on the sacrifice. 2 away. Now, bring up Hannah Wright. Here's the pitch. This one's lifted into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. And RBI for Hannah Wright as Lauren Wilson scores. And it's now 14-2. And now I'll bring up Rachel Wright. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Two-0 pitch, lifted into left center field. That's going to drop in there. And in that second, with a double, is Rachel Wright. The runners on second and third. 2 away. The rally here. And therefore a strike to Anna Carbonaro. We've had a single, strikeout, and a ground out in this contest. Going through for strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's popped up and fouled out of play. Mount Vernon will play in the morning at 9 a.m. against an opponent to be determined. Here's the 0-2, high and outside for ball 1.
Come on, Terry. Give her a strike. Give her a strike. Defense.
Garner on deck here. She gets on. This is high for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3.
Way out of jail. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch.
High for ball 4. Walker. I'll bring up Mallory Garner with the bases juiced. Garner's had a single, reached on an air, scored a run, and popped out. Here's the first pitch to Garner. It's high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Back to second base. Toss over to first. This one's in the book. Lady Rams come up short in their first game in the Triad tournament. It's 14-2 the final. We will take a 3-minute timeout and be back for your Schmidt Chevrolet post-game show. You're listening to Lady Rams Softball, presented by the official voice of high school sports on WMIX Community.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest-earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
And it was not a good one this afternoon for the Lady Rams as they fall to the Troy Triad Knights by a score of 14-2. Chad Baker back with your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. And it was early and often on the Rams. It was just a good lineup and a very good team. They are now 19-5 overall. The Lady Rams dropped to 10-15. Take a look at your pitching lines for the Rams. The Lady Rams, Bria Myers went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 8 earned runs, a strikeout, 6 base on balls, and 83 pitches. And Shelf went a third of an inning with 4 hits and earned run on 14 pitches. Casey Little rounded out the game with 2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, a base on balls, no strikeouts, 48 pitches. The pitching line for Triad was for Alford, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 2 base on balls on just 83 pitches. And then it was a lot of pitches by their reliever Sarhage, who had 26 in the 7th inning. She pitches an inning, gives up 3 hits, an earned run, and a base on balls. For your Lady Rams on offense, Jasmine Hawkins went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Hannah Wright went 2 for 4 with an RBI. And it was Rachel Wright going 1 for 3 with a base on balls. Carbonaro goes 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a base on balls. Mallory Garner goes 1 for 3 with a run and an error in the contest. Casey Little 0 for 1 with a base on balls. Hirsch 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Check that, she's 0 for 2. Micaiah Rush went 2 for 2 with an RBI. It was Alexis Stewart going 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Bauer went 0 for 1. Heinzman 0 for 1. Bailey Huff went 0 for 1. And Lauren Wilson went 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. With just the run scored, not the RBI there. And Colleen Scoble had a sacrifice in the contest. For Triad, it was just a lot of offense at just about everybody reached base here. Burrows went 3 for 4 with 3 runs, 2 RBIs. Bailey went 2 for 2 with 2 runs and RBI. Myers went 1 for 1 with a run, 2 sacrifices, base on balls. Mercinger went 1 for 2 with an RBI sacrifice. Alford 2 for 2 with a run, sacrifice, base on balls. Brittany Frank went 2 for 5 with a run, 2 RBIs. Feldman 2 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs, a base on balls. Schrader 2 for 4 with an RBI. Allie Cruz went 2 for 3 with a run, 3 RBIs, a sacrifice, a strikeout, and an error. Derby scored a run. Johnson scored 2 runs, and Sarhage scored a run on a base on balls. It's a force out of Cotton, and a 0 for 1 for Chris. And it was just a dominant afternoon for Triad. And it was 2-8-1 for Mount Vernon. It was 14-17-1 for Triad. Well, Mount Vernon will go into the consolation bracket. They'll play again tomorrow at 9 a.m. against the opponent to be determined, and the 5 o'clock game, and it'll be Civic Memorial against the winner of Columbia and Altoff. The loser of that contest will move on to play Mount Vernon tomorrow morning. We'll have all the action here on WMIX. We'll have a player of the game coming up, as well as last check of your Tony Wilt scoreboard in your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Joe Davey Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
You need a great quality new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get on a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Back to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back to the Schmidt Chevrolet post-game show. And time for your player of the game. And tonight that was Hannah Wright. She went 2 for 4 at the plate. She had an RBI and really generated the most offense for this Lady Rams lineup. And Hannah Wright, very deserving of tonight's player of the game. get you a quick look at your Tony Wilt scoreboard before we get out of here. And Tony Wilt is glad to help your family with all their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. And an update, Lincoln is tied with Triad in baseball. Last check it was 5-1 Lincoln. As they had just scored, kind of a big flow of runs. Also going on right now, and we don't have an update on Trico and DeCoin in baseball. Harrisburg and Marion in softball going on. A lot of these games are just starting to get underway. Lots of games canceled. Sandoval baseball, Harrisburg versus Pinckneyville is canceled in baseball. Woodlawn versus Pinckneyville in softball. Nashville versus Goreville have all been either canceled or postponed due to the weather. Here it was 14-2, Triad victorious. They go to 19-5, and they'll actually be playing on the field next. And the Mount Vernon Lady Rams dropped to 10-15. They'll play tomorrow morning at 9 we'll have a pregame around 8:45, 8:50, somewhere in there. I believe 8:50 is what they have me scheduled for, right here on AM 940 WMIX. For Hunter back at the station, our wonderful engineer, thanks for getting us on. And for myself, Chad Baker, is the final once again, 14-2, Lady Rams on the losing end this afternoon. This has been a broadcast of WMIX Sports and Withers Broadcasting. Everybody have a great rest of your Friday evening.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports. Lady Rams Softball from WMIX Sports is powered by the official voice of Lady Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Lady Rams Softball is also presented in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And People's National Bank. Stay in the game on Twitter. Follow us at WMIX Sports or log on to WMIXSports.com. Now back to America's best music on the legendary WMIX.